into Back Talk Sports. I'm Alex Barth. I'm joined by Tom and Kyle. And if you're a sports fan like we are, you know last night, Game 7 of the NBA Finals, one of the most anticipated games in NBA history, and maybe one of the best games in NBA history if you're a fan of defense and only one shot being hit over the span of 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Oh, it was your kind of game.
Definitely.
Cavs end up walking away, was it 93-89, I believe, was the final score. They won by 4, and obviously the LeBron fest ensued after. So everybody
party in Cleveland.
Everybody going into this talked about LeBron with a 2-4 finals record. What that would mean? Well, he flipped the script on us.
Yep, he did.
And he's now has 3 finals wins, 1 in his hometown of Cleveland. What did last night do for the legacy of King James?
I think it definitely, improved it because going into it, our perception was kind of once he faces adversity, he kind of turtles. But if you look at Game 5, 41 points. Game 6, 41 points. Game 7, a triple-double and 27 points. So I think you can put him back into that discussion where you're talking about him with the all-time greats.
Kyle, how do you feel?
Well, even on the road, too, you're getting 41 points right back at you with Kyrie and Kyrie. And, I just think, in Game 6, maybe he could have done more. I mean, he's at home. Maybe could have put them up by just a little, but doesn't.
So you think he left some on the table?
Yeah.
Ooh,
See, I actually agree with you.
Game 7, I might, agree with that because remember, let's not forget, Kyrie Irving hit the game-winning shot.
I think Kyrie should have been Series MVP, personally.
Really?
Yes.
I think LeBron had the best numbers, but that doesn't always mean he was the best player. I think Kyrie hit the shots that need to be hit when they need to be hit. Now you kind of hit on this. You're saying that last night maybe could have hurt, or this series maybe could have hurt LeBron's legacy, even though he won. So, Tom, I'm going to go to you. You said it helped him. After the game last night, the tears and all the questions about it, making all about him.
The melodrama I can do without.
Did that take away from what was otherwise a stellar night for the King?
At the end of the game when he was, crying for his hand, he was hurt. He takes the foul shots after, and then obviously he cries at the end. That was a bit overwrought and overdone. Listen, this is not the WWE. This is the National Basketball Association. This is a real sport. This is not sports entertainment. So the crying and the melodrama kind of took me out of it.
Now, Kyle, let me ask you this before we move on, because it is a team game, and I want to talk about some of the team aspects. But as we kind of move into it, what could LeBron have done in the series? What did he need to do to not make it all about him, to make it something where people stood back and said, whoa, maybe we need to start talking about this guy as the greatest of all time?
Well, I guess he could have maybe he could have played a little bit more ball. I mean, he was doing his job, making some good rebounds, putting the ball up, making some good plays. But, I mean, just like in the beginning, letting Golden State win, taking some. You're saying
if he really was as good as people say he is, he would not have gotten down 3-1 in the first place.
I think he could have stepped up and not
I agree with that.
Well,
you know what I was saying that last
night? Like Michael Felger, I am a slave to the end result and the scoreboard. So I will give LeBron the benefit of the doubt. He was the MVP of the series. He led in every key statistical category. So I think he's very well deserving of MVP.
I'm a Felger fan myself as well. I own many sweater vests. But I do think that he has to admit on this one. I heard him talking that he was not impressed. He has to admit and say LeBron did come out and Kyle, like you said, do his job. But basketball is a team game. Part of the reason we dislike LeBron so much is it tends to be just about him. We look at how the Cavs won as a team, and the NBA in recent years has become so much about the quick pace, the outside shot, basically everything that embodies the Golden State Warriors. They come out and they lose. What does it say about the game? What does it say about the game of basketball that a team that embodies what basketball is supposed to be loses in the finals?
So, I think that the style that the Golden State Warriors like to play, which is, to heave up the field goals, all the outside shots, like you said, Steph Curry, down the stretch, he missed a lot of key shots. He missed so many threes, field goals, so on. So I think the game is not going in that direction. I think it's going to go in the more traditional style.
Yeah, I didn't think Steph Curry had his best game in Game 7. Only 4 threes out of 14, just wasted shots.
Yeah.
And only 5 rebounds.
So let me ask you guys this. People call Steph Curry the best player in the league. He's back-to-back MVPs, the first unanimous MVP. Is Steph Curry actually the best player in the league? Is a player like Steph Curry the kind of player you want, or is he just a flash in the pan? Do you want the elite perimeter scorer like Steph Curry, well, he puts up the big numbers.
Yes, yeah.
Are you better off having the workhorse LeBron James type of player to help you win a ball game? What player would you rather have?
You know what? Since I'm a blue-collar hockey guy, I want the guy who competes. I want
surprised
the
you're taking
guy,
the hockey approach. I would not surprised it's a hockey
Believe it or not,
fan's
Tom
approach.
Kelly brings the hockey analogies. But I want the workhorse. I want the competitor. I want the intense killer instinct guy. And LeBron James showed me in the series, and I would rather have LeBron James.
I never thought we'd be out here praising LeBron James. Kyle, do you think that light him up outside scorer is as important as people say it is? Or do you still need that down low grinder, the Bill Russell, the Hakeem Olajuwon, the underneath presence to really make your team dominant?
Well, if I had to choose between LeBron James or Steph Curry, think about it. If you were making a team and you got first pick, LeBron or Steph, I would go with LeBron. He's an all-around player. He can do rebounds, defense. He can shoot threes, just like Steph Curry. He can
not just like Steph Curry, but he can.
He can do it.
He can shoot threes, okay?
If there's a guy LeBron size who could shoot threes like Steph Curry, well, his name was Larry Bird, but anyway.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the point. With Steph Curry, he's an amazing three-point shooter, but I'm not saying he's bad, but that's really all he can do, in my opinion. I mean, he can do all those other things, but not as good as LeBron James.
Do you think we've seen the last of Steph Curry, the best player in the world, the unanimous MVP? Is he going to revert back to what he was the first couple years of his career, an injured-riddled point guard who gets hot and cold? Or can he bounce back from this rough performance and continue to be that top 3 player in the league?
Well, I fear he's just getting started.
Okay, so you think he can even be better than he's been?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Kyle. But because as much as he really did not have a good Game 7 and not a great finals, we can't, overlook or just forget about the regular season that he had. It was just, phenomenal. I think he averaged, 25 points a game? More than that?
Something like that. It may have been closer to 30. Speaking of the regular season, and again, I keep saying basketball is a team sport. I want this discussion to be team. Notice how it keeps going back to the individual, to the player, LeBron, Curry. What does that say about the NBA? But this is a team question. I think we're finally going to stick on team. Warriors, best record of all time. They lose. All 4 major leagues, MLB, NFL, NHL, NBA, the team with the best all-time regular season record, the Patriots, Red Wings, Mariners, and now the Warriors, none of them have won a championship.
True. Yeah.
My first question to you is, does it actually matter to have the best record? Is that important? And when you lose the title, is it still an accomplishment? Should you still be proud of your season?
Okay. The regular season quote-unquote championship, if you want to put it that way, means absolutely jack squat. I mean, look, in 2014, the Bruins won the President's Trophy, and look where that turned out. The second-round exit at the hands of the Montreal Canadiens, and look at what happened this year. Losing in 7 games, blowing the 3-1 series lead against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything unless you win that big game.
So, Kyle, I don't know if you're old enough to remember the 2007 Patriots. I probably remember them less than you. I've tried to block that out of my mind. Team won 16. A team like that, a team like the Warriors, greatest record of all time. Don't win the championship. Yeah. Should they still consider that a successful season, or is it a bust? Should their fans be upset?
Well, I think it's a successful season, but I mean, you go to the finals, you lose it. That's kind of a disappointment. I mean, fans back at home think you're going to win it all, we got the best series. But to relate back to the Warriors, you got 73, correct?
Right.
And you go to the finals, waste it. Kids, fans, just very disappointed.
Yeah, I would say, we don't look at these lists of who the greatest regular season team was. We look at champions, and that's just the way sports works, and I think you have to win a champion. And part of building...
One quick question. How likely will it be if the Warriors get a banner like 73-9?
I really hope they don't. I really hope they don't. That's such an Indianapolis Colts move. I know the Patriots have... It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. The Patriots 16-0 banner is gone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Very rightly so. But teams, they're not trying to get that regular season banner, they're trying to get that championship banner. How do you do that? Through the draft. The NBA draft will be this Thursday, as many teams, some of whom struggled as of late, some of whom are on the up and coming, look to get to where the Cavaliers were last night. We got the Sixers.
The Sixers going first.
The second pick is the Phoenix Suns, correct? Or is it the Los Angeles Lakers?
It is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Los Angeles Lakers, Boston Celtics round out that top 3. The big question, Simmons, Ingram. You got the international prospect, played on a rough team. You got the tall, lanky Kevin Durant type look from the big school, the Coach K prodigy. Who do you guys have going first? Kyle, we'll start with you.
Well, I see Simmons coming first. 6'10" forward from LSU. I think he's a great player. Good all-around player. He could relate to LeBron. He could be the next LeBron.
Next LeBron. We've heard that said before. It hasn't always panned out, but you know what? He was a very impressive player to watch in the college season. Even if he was we didn't get to see as much of him as we usually do for number 1 picks. If he's picked first overall, the first non-international first overall pick to not play in March Madness since 1983, back when the tournament was only 16 teams. So whether that tells you more about him or LSU's basketball program is up to you. But Tom, who do you have going number 2?
The Aussie, mate.
So you have you have
Simmons, yeah.
You have Simmons number 2. You have the kid from Ingram number 1.
No, the Aussie is Simmons.
Oh, you have the Aussie. No, I'm saying who do you have number 2? Who do you have
number 2.
second?
I have Ingram.
You have Ingram. Okay, tell us about Brandon Ingram.
So Ingram is he's very talented. He's very athletic. He has good, basketball IQ from all the scouting reports that I've read. But what I've also read that he's not really as fully developed as a Ben Simmons. He doesn't have all of that. It's not completely there yet. He still has work to do on defense and all of that. So that's why I think he's going number 2. I think the Sixers will be better served if they get Simmons.
Now, I think the wild card in this draft, and anybody could agree with this, is the Israeli product, Dragon Bender. We haven't seen a lot of tape of him.
Jim with walls.
He is a tall, he's a 6'11", some say point guard, which is very, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, kind of what LeBron James did last night. Teams are coveting this bigger guard, this 6'8 plus guard. But you don't know, he's an international player. We've seen them have some trouble. It's going to be a couple years till he gets here. He'll probably be a stash guy. Is it worth it for a team like the Celtics at 3 or anybody in the top 5 to take a waiver on this guy? No. Or should they go with the more well-known product like a Chris Dunn out of Providence? What do you think of Bender?
What? I don't think Bender is worth it because he averaged like 4 points and averaging 13 minutes a game in Israel. I mean, one of the tapes that we saw, he was in a gym with walls, not an arena. A gym.
High school gym.
With walls.
Kyle, what do you think? Is Bender worth a shot early?
I don't know. It could be a good decision, but it's a pretty big risk.
It's risky because not every tall international forward is Porzingis, right? And so that's a huge risk. I wouldn't take it.
Now, the Sixers got the first overall pick as they have the last couple of years. And remember before that, the Cavaliers, after LeBron left, got the first couple picks. And this got people talking. Tell me if this makes sense. LeBron can't win a championship in Cleveland. He leaves. They get bad, acquire a couple first overall picks, use that to get some talent, then bring LeBron back. You had Draymond Green getting suspended. You had some bad foul calls.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Is the NBA rigged? The million-dollar question throughout this series. Real quick answer from the two of you. Tom, I think you're going to say yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Kyle?
No.
You don't think it's rigged?
What do you mean?
I don't think so.
I'll tell you this. I certainly hope not.
Steph Curry fouling out. Come on.
Can only believe in so much coincidence. That's going to do it for Back Talk Sports. For Tom and Kyle, I'm Alex Barth. Hey, you can be sitting right here. Visit mindsetgo.com or email info@mindsetgo.com to get on our sports show, entertainment show, comedy show, or you could have a show of your own. Once again, I'm Alex Barth for Mindset Go Mondays. Thanks for watching.